Okay, Elliott Liu won again. Good stuff.
Right.
And he's gonna talk about his game. So Elliott, you don't play French much. Why French?
Yeah, okay. So this is the second time that I've played the French in my life. I decided to play it because, I'm at a point now where I know what people will prepare against me, so I tried to find something concrete against what he does, and I realized against the French, he either plays into this line or he goes queen to e2 on move 2, which is nothing special for white.
Mm-hmm.
So because I knew I could get this line, I just got lucky and he walked into my preparation once again. I have never played this line before, but I've taught it to several of my students, so I basically studied it and I had time to prep before this game. So
what's the variation called?
I don't even know, to be honest with you. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So where do you want to pose?
This is a new move, star move, X back.
Let's actually back up to move 7, maybe. So after G takes F6, white has many different plans. Knight F3 is the main move.
Mm-hmm.
So F5. And now again, white has 3 possibilities. He can either go to C3, G3, or D2. Knight to C3 is probably the principal move. Knight to G3 was played by Goshimov against Carlsen in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
But Knight C3 is probably best. A6. Queen E2 is a perfectly legitimate try. Very sharp position. The main move is G3 in this position. Other moves are Queen to D2 is possible. But Queen to E2 is probably the second or third most popular move. And now this is all basically forced. So B5, castle, B4, Knight A4, Queen D5. And here white has 3 choices. He can either go pawn to C4, Queen to C4, King to B1. I already like black's position here, and again, I had this over the board at home. I already had a huge time advantage, so even if he tried to bail out with a draw, I probably would decline because I had basically gained 10 minutes by this point, and he had used like 40 to 45. So I thought I already had a concrete advantage just based on that. King to B1 is perfectly legitimate. Knight to D7. And then here, after thinking for 30 minutes, he just blunders, partly because he got maybe frustrated or something. I'm not really sure. The main move by far is Queen to E3, which is best. And there are 2 main games with this line. I forget who played it with white. Goshimov and Ganguly, yes, and Morozevich, and so were black. So the line goes bishop to B7, pawn to B3, with the idea of bishop to C4 and rerouting the knight. And now I wasn't sure if I would go for Knight F6 or G8. This is probably the first time I would have to think in the game. I remember looking at this, and I don't remember which move I thought was better. But anyway, it's a perfectly legitimate position for both sides, and it's exciting, very double-edged, and that's all I could really hope for out of the opening. Mm-hmm. So the issue with this position, as you guys will see with Enrico, for either side, if you make one inaccuracy, you're already much worse because it's so sharp. So when Enrico didn't play Queen D5 on move 11 and he played Bishop to B7, he's already much worse there. So I don't know why he went into the line if he didn't know it, because obviously Stukopin knew it and Cole. So.
And just to point out, as you're saying, this Enrico's game is still in progress, so we don't know what's going to happen. But
he's obviously not in a good situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so G3 just loses immediately. I don't really know what else to say. This is just so. Okay, so here actually I take that back. Rook D3 is the only move, but of course it's super ugly. Already by that point I'm much better, and I can continue like A5 or something with bishop to A6, and black's already not winning, but he's much better. Bishop to G2 just loses the game. This is just all forced, and there's nothing else to really say. He's just down a pawn and is a worse position, so it's like a double whammy. And now I can blitz the rest of the moves. It's just a very simple plan. There's nothing I can do. So
still, you made it look easy from this point on. Like a really nice technique.
Well, it's still. I don't know. It's just every move seems pretty straightforward.
This is a nice idea to relocate bishop like that. Yeah, this is a really miserable game for white. He spent all his time, and he got crushed.
Yeah, it was just one move basically, and that's unfortunately the nature of the position. One move and you can just blunder everything immediately. So obviously I wasn't expecting this type of game. I mean, Josh is very strong. I actually met him last year at the Olympiad in Norway. We played soccer together. So he plays for the Colombian national team. So
Wow.
Nice kid. I think he's 18, something like that.
Very inspiring game that you can just crush 2,500 like that with black. All right, good job.
You ready to say MVP?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
MVP.
MVP.